How a 26-year-old quietly became financially free. You wake up at 6:14 in the morning. No alarm, no notifications from your boss, no meetings, no rush. You walk into the kitchen, make yourself a coffee, and sit by the window. Your phone vibrates. You don't even pick it up right away. When you finally do, you see one notification. Plus $52.18 deposited. You smile. Not because it's a lot of money, because you earned it while you were sleeping. 5 years ago, you would have called that impossible. Back then, every dollar in your bank account had your fingerprints on it. You had to work for every single one. And you thought that's how life would always be. You were wrong. You're 26 years old. You have exactly $10,000 saved. Not because you're rich, because you stopped pretending to be. Your coworkers buy new iPhones. You replace your cracked screen protector. Your friends lease German cars. You drive a 12-year-old Toyota with a missing hubcap. Someone jokes that your car belongs in a museum. Everyone laughs. You laugh too, but inside, you know something they don't. Instead of buying things, you buy ownership. One boring investment. No flashy promises. No get rich quick. Just something that quietly pays you every few months. The first payment arrives. $42. That's it. $42. Your friend sees the notification. He laughs. Dude, that's 2 pizzas. You don't argue. You just hit one button. Reinvest. Sports pass. Then years. Every paycheck, you invest first. Spend second. Sometimes that means saying no. No weekend trip. No luxury watch. No brand new truck. No showing off. People think you're cheap. You stop caring. One Friday night, your friends invite you to an expensive steakhouse. The bill is almost $400. You make an excuse. Go home, cook pasta, and invest the difference. Nobody remembers that dinner, but your portfolio does. At 29, your investments reach $50,000. One morning, you pay your electricity bill. Then you stop. Because technically, you didn't. Your investments did. You stand in your kitchen looking at the lights, the refrigerator, the microwave, the Wi-Fi router, and suddenly realize every one of them is running because money is working while you're sleeping. You don't tell anyone, because nobody would understand. Then temptation arrives. An old college friend messages you. Bro, I found the next big thing. He promises unbelievable returns. Everyone is buying. Everyone is getting rich. For 1 hour, you almost click. Then you close the app. You remember something your father once told you. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. 6 months later, the investment crashes. Your friend loses nearly everything. You lose nothing, because patience protected you. At 32, your account crosses $100,000. For the first time, your investments pay enough to cover almost all of your groceries. Every apple, every loaf of bread, every carton of milk. Paid for by decisions you made years ago, not by today's work. You walk through the supermarket smiling for no reason. Nobody notices. Your coworkers still think you're behind in life. One of them buys a brand new Tesla. Another upgrades to a luxury apartment. Another finances a watch worth more than your first investment. They ask when you're finally going to enjoy your money. You just smile. Because you are. Just differently. At 35, $250,000. Your Toyota is still parked outside. The paint is faded. The seats are worn. But it's paid off. Meanwhile, the guy parked next to you drives something worth 3 times as much. He's yelling into his phone. Probably about money. You look at your old steering wheel and suddenly realize peace is more luxurious than leather seats. 3 years later, $500,000. Nothing changes on the outside. You still shop at the same grocery store, still wear simple clothes, still make coffee at home. But something huge changes inside your head. You stop fearing Mondays, because if your boss fires you tomorrow, your life doesn't collapse. You have options, and options are expensive. Then one ordinary Tuesday, it happens. Your portfolio quietly reaches $1 million. No fireworks, no confetti, no applause. Just another notification. You stare at the screen, close it, finish your coffee, go for a walk. The world keeps spinning. But you know something nobody around you knows. You no longer need permission to live your own life. Later that week, your boss asks if you can stay late. 5 years ago, you would have answered before he finished the sentence. This time, you pause. 3 seconds, long enough to realize you're not trapped anymore. You still say yes, but now it's a choice, not a necessity. That evening, you park in your driveway, turn off the engine, and sit in silence. You think about the younger version of yourself, the kid with $10,000, the old Toyota, the cracked phone, the tiny $42 payment that everyone laughed at. Nobody clapped for him. Nobody believed in him. But he kept pressing one button: reinvest. Again and again and again. People spend their whole lives trying to look rich. Very few spend their lives becoming free. Real wealth isn't loud. It doesn't need a sports car. It doesn't need designer clothes. Sometimes, it arrives while you're sleeping, one small payment at a time. Until one morning, you wake up and realize you don't work because you have to anymore. You work because you choose to.